You are Aphrodite, you are Nefertiti, you are the creator of all the life that I'm seeing.
I have zero footage before. I'm sorry. This has been a rush all day. It's a horrible angle. I don't even know if you can hear me. But we're here.
Hey, Chicago! I'm so happy to be back home.
I'm becoming more aware.
For young adults.
A grown woman.
A whole human being.
And most importantly, a strong, independent woman. A strong Black woman.
I am becoming my best self. Maybe I'm the next Oprah.
I'm Oprah Winfrey. Hello, Chicago! And I want to just say that one of the most remarkable stories I have ever witnessed is the becoming of Michelle Obama. Together we got to witness one of the greatest, most transcendent moments in our country. When Barack Obama was elected president of the United States. She served our country as the 44th First Lady of the United States. She did that with style, she did it with grace, and a big old open heart. She made us always feel like the White House was really our house, the people's house. She is your hometown girl from the south side of Chicago. Welcome, Michelle Oprah! Here's how I think about it. And I learned this from my husband, and I learned it in this role. What's the goal? You know, and if you take your ego out of it.
Right, most important.
Right, and that's hard to do because it's hurting you, and you're mad and you're frustrated, it's not fair. But when I think about going low, I think, well, if I go low, I'm really just speaking to my own selfish need to seek revenge. And that doesn't often move the needle, you know, being motivated by revenge and anger. You know, so speaking from that place doesn't move the conversation.
And don't you think this too, Michelle, that going low is sometimes just kind of wallowing in it? I just hear people all the time just watching cable news and talking about how bad things are, and then everybody gets together. No, you can't go to a meal or an outing without everybody just talking about how bad things are.
And then we take that out on each other in ways that we don't even know it. You know, if you're walking around with all this anger and bitterness, you know, somebody bumps your car or blows their horn too loud, and all of a sudden all that rage is coming out, you know, behind the wheel or in some other inappropriate way. So that was also another distraction. Having a lot to do distracts you from the pettiness. Because if you're busy trying to fix stuff and pass health care and help kids eat healthier and help military families actually get some support, you know, if you're pushing a real agenda, then you really just don't have time to play those games. And that was always Barack's view is, I'm gonna go in that Oval Office and I'm gonna do my job. And I followed his lead because it's like, I'm not gonna be the one to mess up his approach. So I have to be calm and I have to be focused. And I'm gonna put this energy into the programs and initiatives that I've started and not waste my time focused on something that I probably can't even change anyway.
Yeah.
But we would give ourselves time to think before we spoke.
That's a good idea.
And think before we tweet. And think for a moment before we said anything. And look, you know, people are gonna read that as a crack, but let me clarify. This is what we teach our children. You do not say the first thing that comes off the top of your head. Since when did that become like a good thing? That is not a good thing. I still think that we have a limited view of what women can be. And I hit that ceiling. You know, Hillary has hit that ceiling. so many women hit that ceiling. It's almost as if don't push too hard, too fast. It is the American story. My struggles, my journey, my little small house on the south side of Chicago, my father with a disability, all of that makes me more valuable to the conversation, not less. And I think we as women have to understand that. We have a lot to offer at seats, in these seats. We have perspective and wisdom and humility and empathy and a set of skills that many men don't. And that's why we need to be there. But if we get at those tables and we're silent because we're afraid, we're of no use to anyone. So we've gotta dig deep, figure out how all these little stories that seem meaningless, like my relationship with my Aunt Robbie and the piano, and that counselor in high school, we all have those stories, right? But truly, our stories are not in our DNA or in something that happened with our great-great-great-great-grandfathers. The truth of our stories are in the memories that we hold in our heads, our experiences that shape us. Because there's a reason why I remembered that story about Robbie. There's a reason some of those, so for me, I had to make sense of why that story stood out. But somehow we think that how much money somebody makes means something. But what really matters is our stories, the stuff like, what was your relationship? Who was your father? What did he mean to you? What was that one incident that made you mad? Who was your first fight? What hurt you? You know, if we start sharing that with each other, you know, through communities, regardless of voice, we start realizing, because when people read this, they're gonna see themselves in these stories. Black, white, Republican, Democrat, I don't care. We all grew up with these stories. This is who we are. This is what matters. And if we can find it in ourselves and understand the value in our stories and then share them with other people, we can connect. I pray that we seek to find that empathy in each other and give each other the freaking benefit of the doubt, you know? That's what I pray.
Michelle Obama! Thank you, Michelle Obama. Thank you, Chicago, for launching me coming.
That didn't feel real. I'm still like trying to take it in.
I know, because I hadn't even seen Oprah in person before, so it was like...
Yeah, Oprah was there.
It was like Oprah was almost
like
excited
when the like everything, you know, everything started bubbling up and you know it's about to start. Then Oprah come out like Chicago.
I know, right?
I didn't even know Oprah was gonna be there. It was a lot to take in. It was a great interview. Yeah, it almost made me see Michelle more as a person and not like this figure.
Yeah, like she had a real, what she said, like her journey.
Yeah.
Like she was a real person, a journey through.
That's a cool story that she got. About to head back to go Gary, Indiana. You enjoy yourself? It was worth it.
It was.
It really was. So my mom, she works in the hospital. She's a respiratory therapist. And she takes such good care of her patients and their families. And so she has a lady and she's getting her all this stuff. Like she got her bra, some socks, some towels and soap, some undies, some house shoes.
That's the thing I'm most proud of. And the little cashier was like, she's gonna like that.
Oh, yes.
It's like a blanket almost.
Oh, wow. I want that.
That's what the cashier said. I want one of them.
That's nice.
And go with the black.
Wow. Well, she's going to be a blessing to her. But,
Michelle Obama effect.
why you say that?
Because Michelle inspired us to go for our passion, what moves us, what our passions are, and her reaching out to the community and recognizing people that are, you know, not as fortunate, and to let people know this is your story, and
it is worth listening to.
Mm-hmm. And that many of us have the same stories.
Yeah, and this is who you are becoming. This is for me, who I'm becoming, to do this for her, and this is part of her story too, that she could say, when she was in need, someone bought something for me.
Mm-hmm.
So she can pass it on and bless someone too when she gets back up on her feet.
Black people ride bikes, all cars should stop driving. Not for the sake of ensuring the safety of the riders, but simply to witness poetry in motion. This is performance art. Before boarding these bikes,